Right now, things are flying at me fast and furious. My passport has been revoked. I don't know what the government is going to do next. But I have always maintained that notwithstanding anything else, I'm interested in a settlement.
You've made an offer of £440 million.
That is correct.
And are you prepared to go higher?
Well, the banks need to also consider the fact that there are other creditors who also need to be paid off and satisfied.
Who is behind the move to withdraw your passport?
I wish I knew.
Are they faceless bureaucrats, or is it the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, who is a noted, austere figure?
All I can say is that the manner in which my passport was first suspended and then revoked is unprecedented and was done with extraordinary haste.
What is the amount that you believe is the outstanding debt that is owed as a result of the collapse of Kingfisher Airlines? 520 million pounds?
Filings before the Debt Recovery Tribunal by the consortium of bankers is of a principal amount of little over 500 million pounds. The rest is towards unapplied interest.
Right. And the banks say it's 900 million.
Well, I don't know whether it's the banks or the media or a combination of the two.
A dangerous combination.
Indeed, but that's how India is. I have never been able to understand where this 9,000 crore or 900 million figure came from.
Now, you're known in the Indian media and in the Indian public as the king of good times. You're often described as flamboyant. You've attended parties, you travel around. Can you explain whether this is you think this is a fair characterization, or do you think that actually you were just, say, a brand ambassador?
I think those who need to know certainly know that I have acted as a brand ambassador for my brands in a media dark environment.
Which means there's a prohibition on advertising for alcohol.
Absolutely, and this King of Good Times label was actually a slogan for the Kingfisher beer brand. For whatever reason, I was known as the King of Good Times, and now, of course, indeed, the King of Bad Times. But notwithstanding all that, I have lived my life in my normal way. People think I'm flamboyant. Actually, I'm quite simple.
That's quite a flamboyant title.
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing wrong in wearing a colorful piece of clothing. I've worked hard all my life. I want to try and settle with these banks and then live my life in peace. And that's my focus right now.
Do you think that you will ever be able to go back into business in India?
Well, I currently have businesses in India which I don't intend to sell. And these businesses are doing very well. You asked me whether I could go back to India. Well, if I had a passport, I could. But right now, I'm in forced exile.
Your word is that you have never diverted money from your companies overseas to fund either your family or your personal interest.
That is absolutely correct and forms part of my sworn affidavit before the Honorable Supreme Court of India. And if our government so decides, let them appoint the world's best forensic auditor to come and audit the accounts of Kingfisher, audit how all the bank loans were utilized, and I'm sure they're not going to find anything, because that is the truth.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.